Hey, so the first thing we're gonna do is just warm up, you know, get the blood flowing, kind of find our touch with dribbling. As you can tell, I have a garbage bag on my ball in order to try to take off a lot of that grip so that when I, you know, take the garbage bag off, I'll have a lot more feel and just be a lot more comfortable with the basketball. So start off with low dribbles, eyes up, chest up, off hand out, protecting the ball, no higher than our knee. I want you guys to go for about 30 seconds, and you're gonna switch hands, same thing, left hand, as fast as you can, off the fingertips, protecting the ball. Then you're gonna cross back at your knee. You wanna make sure that your chest is up, eyes up, chin up, so you can see, scan the floor, see the defense. And switch, shoulder, hard pounds, eyes up. Since we're at home, I really want to just emphasize, you know, details, really pushing yourself. So, you know, I normally see you guys do figure eights where you're just, what we want to try to focus on is getting, you know, that feel with the ball. We're trying to get our dribbles as quick as possible, as low to the ground as possible. And we're trying to get fit as many in all the way around for about 30 seconds to a minute. So we're here, all the way low, eyes up. You can look down just to locate the ball if you need to, but we really want to try to pass the ball all the way around with as many dribbles as we can. All right, this next one's called the Tim Hardaway when in movement. You know, it's just regular between the legs crossover in front of you. But I want to make sure you guys stay stationary so that you can get used to being able to do this move at any point. So we're going to try our best not to move our feet too much. And we want to just continue to slowly build the rhythm. You're going to start off with your left foot in front of your right foot, about 6 inches. We're going to go between the legs, crossover. Between the legs, crossover. When you cross over, you don't want that ball up here. That's lazy. We don't want it up here crossing over. You guys got to keep the ball low. So it's crossing over right in between my knee and my ankle, right in that shin area. And then once you find a rhythm, let's speed it up. Because we want to slowly progress into everything else. So we just did between the legs crossover. Now we're just going to slowly find a rhythm for ourselves going behind the back. So same thing about shoulder width apart, feet, you're set, and then find that rhythm, right? I don't want you guys bent over, chest on the ground, chest up, eyes up. You know, try to keep the ball as low as you can. Once you find a rhythm, slowly speed up. And then keep speeding up. It's all about pushing yourselves. It doesn't matter if you mess up, get out of your comfort zone. So you want to try to get this ball as fast as we can. So the next progression into that now is going to be our crossover behind the back without movement. I really want you guys to emphasize, especially working at home, you know, it's all about the little things like I said earlier. So you have to make sure when you're out here, you're not just messing around like you're with your friends in practice. You know, practice with a purpose. Try to come out here and get better. So when we go between the legs behind the back, we're just going to focus on one leg to start off. Eyes up, same thing. You guys really trying to focus on getting that handle tight. Then once you get a rhythm, speed it up a little bit. No movement. You see my feet haven't moved. I'm bringing the ball around where I need it to be at. Same thing going the other way. All right. Between the legs, behind the back. I'll make sure I'm backing up so you guys can see. It's all right. Just push. Find the rhythm first. So this next one is gonna go in and out into a rocker dribble, along the side of our body. So it should be just 4 dribbles total. So I'm gonna just walk through it slowly to show you what this should look like. We're gonna go on our right side first, right hand, body, and then from there, we're gonna go straight into our side rocker. So then we're going here, here, and then from here, back, there. All right, so that's what it should look like. All right, this next one's a great drill for changing speed, pace, keeping the defense on their toes while being able to keep your hand on top of the ball, not carry, and so on. And it's really simple. All we're gonna do is between the legs 3 times. Once that ball comes back through on your backside, you're gonna switch legs. So we're gonna basically scissor kick into this opposite direction. Bang, 1, 2, 3. Same thing here, back. Sell that hesitation. Get the defense to react to you because you're in control. You read and react. So as I go and I speed it up a little bit, 1, 2, 3, hesitate. 1, 2, 3, hesitate. Pound it. Progression, progression, progression. Same thing, guys. So this is just chain, and we're gonna try to go as fast as we can for as long as we can. Once we establish our rhythm, just between the legs crossover, between legs crossover, hesitation, and opposite side. Hesitation, hesitation. Go in and out. Whatever hand that you start the ball with, you're gonna go behind the back in the opposite direction out of the in and out. So this is what it's gonna look like. So I'm gonna go in and out my right hand. I'm gonna go behind the back to my left side. And I'm gonna chain that together straight into an in and out with my left hand. And then I'm going back to my right side. So full speed should look like eyes up at all times. You know, I'm young, but in the amount of time that I've been playing and a lot of film, a lot of guys that I've learned from with the crossover, if I would have learned this a long time ago, it just makes your crossover that much deadlier. And it's something that's you wouldn't even think of and you may already naturally do, right? So when I was originally doing my crossover growing up, I would just cross over. This offhand, if you notice right here, would do nothing for me, right? Just normal crossover, and I'm going that way. I may have showed my shoulders, like I was saying earlier, a little bit to the right side, but I never really sold it enough. And when I kind of picked this up, if you watch Kyrie Irving, you watch AI, any of these guys that have legitimately, you know, arguably the best crossover handles in basketball, they do this little simple trick. And all it is on this crossover is when you get ready to cross right here, this offhand, you saw how originally I used to have it down here, not doing anything. This hand just comes up and it shadows. And what that does is what I was emphasizing earlier, which is it makes you turn your shoulders to sell that you may blow by, right? You're gonna go by the defender on this side because out of this, when I come here, out of this motion, same thing I was saying earlier, I can push off and explode my left leg on this side and go by on the defender's left side. So if I do that a couple times, now when I get up here to set and cross this over, this hand up triggers something in the defender that makes him hesitate or she hesitate in that situation, so that now I can blow by on a hard crossover, make them fall, etc. So I want you guys to really pay attention. All of this for me, and that's it. It's subtle. you wouldn't even notice it, but it's just here. Crossover. That left arm coming up, almost to like protect the ball, but also to really emphasize, you know, your shoulder opening up to that side to sell it. And now it's just head fake and everything else. So I want you guys to really work on that. And now we're exploding. Once I plant that foot right here, all right, once I plant this, left leg back here, right foot up here, and I see the defender jump and bite on that side, now to this, when I cross over, I'm exploding hard off my right foot when it's a right to left crossover. So what I really want to emphasize on any crossover that we do, whether it be hesitation, whatever, blow by, between the legs crossover, behind the back crossover, it's all about, you know, eyes, head, and really shoulders, you know, that sells a lot of our crossovers. So when we get ready to set up our between the legs crossover, as we're looking at the defender, what we're trying to focus on, right, is that first dribble into the defender. It's called a lull dribble. So you're trying to lull the defense to sleep. You're trying to put the defense to sleep. So as I'm bringing the ball up the court, I'm not straight into here, because then the defense, you know, is expecting a move. So as I'm a little bit higher lax, that initial dribble before I go into my crossover is going to be a lot slower than any other dribble a part of my crossover. All right, so we're going to walk through it. So as I come into the defense, I'm going to have one low dribble. And as I cross over here, right, you see my shoulders facing this way now. So the defense has to react. All right, once my shoulder's facing this way, if the defense is still on the right side, now my right leg, I'm sorry, is already here, ready for an explosion straight downhill past my defender, which is why we want to focus on head and emphasizing shoulders to a direction. So defense cuts this off. Now we're crossover, low crossover, and we're coming this way now. Shoulders shifted opposite direction. And we're gonna make sure once we come out of this crossover, we're trying to get our feet all the way here to this next spot, past the defender. We don't want to go just between the legs, crossover right here, because now we don't do anything. The defense is still in front of us. So as we come here, we're pushing off of this foot to get here, and that left foot, once we're past the defender, is actually going to be our plant leg to snatch back past the defender as they try to cut us off to that spot. So once I plant that left foot here, I'm already getting my behind the back snatch dribble ready. So when I come out of this crossover, bang right here, I'm sorry, bang, crossover, left foot, right foot, behind the back. And I'm not sure if the camera caught that, we're gonna go one more time. Crossover, left foot, right foot, behind the back. Dribbling up the court, low dribble, now change of pace. A little bit cleaner now. I'm here. All right, walk into it, same thing, low dribble. Try to go one more time, see if I can get 2 in a row. Opposite side. On this next one, we're gonna go between the legs, behind the back, straight into a hesitation, and then hard crossover blow by to the opposite direction. So when the ball starts off in your right hand, you're gonna be ending up on the left side regardless. All right, so quick, just walk through between the legs, behind the back. We're gonna hesitate here, and as we go game speed, we're not gonna have our hand under the ball. Our hand's gonna be on the side of the ball. We're gonna hesitate here, and now we're gonna cross over. And what we wanna focus on, which we just did, is really getting your shoulders to sell that you're gonna blow by the defender, as well as that arm up to help you sell. And now you're just gonna blow by, cross over into a jump shot, layup, etc. So this is what it should look like, game speed. Low dribble, set it up, between the legs, behind the back, crossover. Get that offhand up, one more time. Low dribble to put the defense to sleep. Between the left hard pound, hesitate, crossover. right, and this last one's on you guys now. All I want to see is you lulling the defense to sleep, hesitation, etc. So I'm gonna just give you an example. All right, so now we're gonna go straight into our hard crossover, but out of that crossover, immediately we're gonna take a soft lull dribble to put the defense back on their heels, and then from there we're gonna go explode between the leg, crossover back the other direction. So it's gonna look a little bit like this. Slow dribble, then we're getting away. Same thing opposite side. Between the legs, slow dribble, crossover, getting away the other way.